Welcome, viewer, to our Tales from the Dollhouse, 3 haunting stories unveiled. Welcome to the spine-chilling world of haunted dollhouses, where tiny worlds hold terrifying secrets. These miniature abodes, with their intricate details and historical charm, hide sinister stories that blur the lines between the supernatural and the mundane. Each dollhouse, with its own eerie allure, invites the curious and the brave to uncover mysteries not meant for the faint-hearted. The discovery of an ancient dollhouse in an abandoned attic marks the beginning of an unsettling journey. Covered in dust and hidden under old blankets, its craftsmanship speaks of a bygone era. The moment it's found, the air shifts, as if the house itself breathes a sigh, awakening from a long slumber. As midnight approaches, the once silent attic is filled with strange whispers. These soft, indecipherable murmurs seem to emanate directly from the dollhouse, enveloping the space in an unnerving atmosphere. The whispers grow louder as the clock strikes 12, making one question whether they are alone. Without warning, miniature lights within the dollhouse flicker on and off by themselves. This unexplained phenomenon adds a layer of mystery, suggesting the dollhouse operates on its own accord. The flickering lights cast shadows, transforming the dollhouse into a scene of a ghostly gathering, heightening the sense of foreboding. Amidst the uncanny occurrences, a child's laughter echoes through the room, despite the absence of children. This sound, both innocent and sinister, sends shivers down the spine. It seems to come from nowhere and everywhere, leaving one to wonder about the unseen inhabitants of the haunted dollhouse. Every morning brought a new sense of unease as the dolls within the ancient dollhouse were discovered in positions vastly different from where they were left the night before. It was as if they conducted their own silent gatherings under the cloak of night, discussing secrets meant to be kept from the living world. An old, dust-covered diary was eventually uncovered beneath the creaking floorboards of the attic, right next to the dollhouse. Its pages, yellowed with age, narrated the dollhouse's sinister history, hinting at events so disturbing that they were better left forgotten. Yet this revelation only served to deepen the mystery. Shadows seemed to move within the confines of the dollhouse, catching the eye only to disappear when looked at directly. This phenomenon added a layer of eerie animation to the dollhouse, as if it were a small, contained world plagued by restless spirits or entities beyond understanding. The appearance of a chilling face in the windows of the dollhouse escalated the fear surrounding it. It was not the face of any doll within the collection, but that of an unknown entity, peering out with hollow eyes that seemed to follow one's every move, imprinting an image of dread. Objects within the dollhouse began to move inexplicably, further intensifying the terror. Chairs would shift positions, tiny utensils would vanish only to reappear, and doors would close on their own, leaving those who witnessed these events questioning the boundaries between the real and the supernatural. In the dead of night, the attic transformed from a place of forgotten memories to a stage for the inexplicable. The sound of tiny footsteps scampering across the wooden floorboards broke the silence. It was as though invisible children were running, playing hide and seek in the moonlit room, their laughter just beyond hearing. A voice, soft and chilling, whispered a warning from within the dollhouse. The words were indistinct, yet they carried a weight that settled like a cold shroud over the room. This wasn't just a child's plaything. It was a vessel for something ancient, something that had its own will and intentions. The next morning, the dollhouse had vanished. Where it once stood, only an imprint in the dust remained, as if it had never truly been there. The eerie silence that filled the room was a stark contrast to the night's ghostly disturbances, leaving more questions than answers. Meanwhile, in a world far removed from the attic's mysteries, an artist channeled her deepest fears into creating a dollhouse. Inspired by the nightmares that haunted her sleep, she crafted each room to reflect scenes of horror that had once lived only in her mind. It was a project born from the need to confront her own demons. Visitors to her studio felt an unsettling sensation of being watched, their discomfort growing with each moment spent near the dollhouse. It was as if the artist's nightmares had taken on a life of their own, peering out from the miniature windows, daring anyone to look closer. In a dimly lit studio, an artist meticulously crafts a dollhouse, channeling the darkest recesses of her nightmares into each room. This eerie masterpiece, a mirror to her subconscious fears, stands as a testament to the horrors that haunt her sleep. With painstaking detail, she replicates scenes of terror that once lived only in her dreams, unknowingly weaving a tangible tapestry of nightmares. Visitors to the studio can't shake the feeling of being watched, despite the room being empty except for the dollhouse. It's as if unseen eyes born from the very essence of the artist's nightmares silently observe, making the air thick with an unsettling presence. This unshakable sensation deepens the mystery of the dollhouse, binding reality and nightmare. The artist, once a mere observer of her dreams, finds herself dreaming of being trapped within the dollhouse's confining walls. These dreams, vivid and lifelike, blur the lines between her waking life and the terror of being ensnared in her own creation. With each night, the boundary diminishes, leaving her to question her reality. Photographs of the dollhouse reveal more than just the artist's skill. Shadowy figures seem to lurk in its corners, only visible through the lens of a camera. These apparitions, not present to the naked eye, suggest that the dollhouse might indeed be a portal to a realm beyond our understanding, inhabited by entities unseen. Local folklore whispers of the dollhouse being a gateway, a bridge to another realm where the artist's nightmares take form. These tales, passed down through generations, speak of the dollhouse's uncanny ability to open doors that should remain closed, hinting at its power to connect our world with one of shadows and dread. The artist's cat, usually a curious and fearless feline, developed an uncharacteristic aversion to the newly crafted dollhouse. It would hiss and arch its back whenever it neared the miniature abode, as if sensing a malevolent presence within its intricate walls. This peculiar behavior added an eerie layer to the already mysterious dollhouse. As nights passed, the dollhouse seemed to harbor more than just artistic nightmares. It became a source of inexplicable sounds. Sobbing, low and mournful, echoed through the silent studio each night. It was as though the dollhouse, in its eerie replication of the artist's darkest dreams, had begun to mourn its own existence. Curiosity turned to unease when the artist noticed the dollhouse's door, previously shut, standing ajar without any human intervention. This phenomenon recurred despite careful checks, suggesting an unseen force was at play. It was as if the dollhouse was inviting, or perhaps luring, someone into its embrace. Inside the dollhouse, the artist discovered messages that chilled her to the bone. Cryptic and unsettling, they were scribbled in places no one else could have accessed. These messages seemed to hint at truths too terrifying to fully comprehend, blurring the lines between her nightmares and reality. The culmination of these eerie events led to a chilling climax. The artist vanished without a trace, leaving behind the haunted dollhouse. Its sinister aura lingered, a silent testament to the artist's last project. The dollhouse, once a conduit of creative expression, now stood as a gateway to unanswered questions and eternal mysteries. Join us for our third and final story in tonight's trilogy, where we are introduced to a collector, always on the hunt for unique finds, stumbled upon a rare dollhouse at an estate, the sale shrouded in mystery. Its intricate details and antique charm masked a darker past. Rumors whispered at the sale hinted at its previous owner, a notorious serial killer, infamous for his chilling crimes. Upon closer inspection, the dollhouse revealed an eerie resemblance between its miniature dolls and the killer's real-life victims. Each doll was crafted with meticulous care, capturing the essence of sorrow and fear that once plagued the victims. This haunting discovery sent shivers down the collector's spine, realizing the dollhouse held stories of a grim past. As days passed, the collector noticed strange occurrences around the dollhouse. Electronic devices would malfunction without explanation. Flickering lights and drained batteries became a common nuisance. It was as if the dollhouse emanated a field of interference, disrupting the normalcy of its surroundings with its hidden malevolence. In a hidden compartment of the dollhouse, the collector found disturbingly realistic miniatures. These figures, unlike the others, bore expressions of horror and anguish so vivid, It was as if they were frozen moments before a tragic fate. The discovery of these miniatures deepened the mystery, suggesting the dollhouse was more than a mere replica. The air around the dollhouse grew inexplicably cold, especially when conversations veered towards its sinister history. Guests would often pause, feeling an overwhelming sense of unease, as if the dollhouse exuded a chilling aura. This inexplicable change in atmosphere only added to the chilling allure of the dollhouse, making it an object of both fascination and dread. The air in the room took on a chilling quality whenever conversation steered towards the dollhouse. Guests would often pause mid-sentence, a shiver running down their spines, as if the temperature had suddenly dropped. It was as though the dollhouse exuded an invisible cloud of cold, wrapping its icy fingers around anyone who dared mention it. Visitors to the collector's home couldn't help but feel a sense of intense dread whenever their gaze fell upon the dollhouse. It stood ominously on its display, silent, yet screaming a warning to all who looked its way. Even those skeptical of the supernatural found themselves unnerved, unable to shake the feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. A renowned medium, known for her unflappable courage in the face of the supernatural, was brought in to read the energies surrounding the dollhouse. Yet, upon laying eyes on it, she recoiled in terror, refusing to approach. She claimed it was enveloped in an aura so malevolent, it was beyond her ability to engage with it without risking her own sanity. Inside a seemingly innocuous drawer of the dollhouse, the collector discovered a collection of old news clippings. Each article detailed grim events with eerie similarities to the stories the dolls seemed to depict. This macabre discovery lent a disturbing credibility to the rumors surrounding the dollhouse's sinister past. One day, a doll was found positioned outside the house, its porcelain finger pointing accusingly towards the dollhouse. This unsettling tableau sent a ripple of fear through the collector, as if the doll was attempting to communicate a dire warning. The boundary between the dollhouse's twisted world and reality seemed to blur ever more dangerously. The collector's nights became a realm of terror, each dream more vivid and disturbing than the last. The dollhouse, once an intriguing artifact, now dominated their subconscious, its miniature rooms playing host to nightmares that felt all too real. Sleep became a battleground, leaving the collector exhausted and haunted by daytime. As if sensing the collector's growing fear, the dollhouse's malevolence peaked one stormy evening. Doors that once opened invitingly now slammed shut with a force that echoed through the silent house, sealing away its dark secrets. The air chilled, a palpable dread lingering as if the dollhouse reveled in its power. This brings us to the end of our trilogy for this evening. We hope you have enjoyed our cautionary tales. If you would like to see more of our horror stories, please like and subscribe to our channel to enjoy more terror tales. For now, sleep well, viewer, and we hope to see you next time.